Well, folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this live coverage this morning, where we are currently on the grounds of the Temple of Justice to cover um, the current happening in the country where five lawmakers were charged on multiple offenses in regards to the burning of the returning of the Capitol building. So last week, our five lawmakers, ranging from our former Speaker Jay Funanti Kofa, including Representative Priscilla Cooper, Dixon Sibu, Jacob Dibi, and Representative Abu Bana Kamara. These five lawmakers were charged on multiple offenses, also on criminal facilitation, criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, and of course, attempted murder. So, based on these charges, they were detained some part of last week at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. And later on, the following day, Saturday, they were also sent to the Monrovia Central Prison, where they have spent 2 nights. So this morning, information we have gathered, these lawmakers are expected to appear before the Monrovia City Court to also go through some legal battles or legal cases. But as a release, these lawmakers, legal counselors are already around. But just before we go ahead on the very Saturday, one of those who also supported the Unity Party government from the Liberty Party, Madam Priscilla Cooper, was released on a bill. According to what we have gathered, it was released at about 7 o'clock in the night, where other lawmakers who also filed in for similar bill were denied by the investigative team of the Liberia National Police. Right now, Liberians are watching. But yesterday, there was so many streaming or seen at the Monrovia Central Prison, where you have the former vice president and the former president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency His Excellency George Manawia, and former Vice President Joao Tito were at the Monrovia Central Prison to pay a visit to these lawmakers as it relates to how their health condition properly to counsel them. So, like you listen to them, they talk about the rule of law being respected, a due process called for, though they welcome the investigation. But again, there should be some due process. The case should not be weaponized by the state because this is a legal case, and once politics start to get into it, it's going to be a chaotic one. So according to them, they will be here this morning. Opposition leaders are expected to march on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. With that, Councillor, their legal counselor is already here, and properly a bond is expected to be filed. They could be released today based on what their legal counselor is going to present today. But there are several statements reading from these lawmaker supporters demanding the government for their release. Like you have the Grand Cook County Legislative Caucus that also released a press statement demanding the government to release former Speaker and current Grand Cook County District Number 2 policymaker, Councillor J. Funanti Kofa. So we are still here, and we're going to bring you all of the latest happening. We want you to share, like, and follow or subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Will Wilfredosi. So please keep following. Please keep watching. So folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Like I told you that this morning, this is the view of the Temple of Justice. This is the year of the Temple of Justice, and you see it is very quiet. That's not Councillor Massaquoi, rather, but he's already here. He's the one representing these lawmakers. So this is the compound. This is the year of the Temple of Justice, the Supreme Court. Very quiet this morning. And these opposition figures or leaders who are expected to march on the capital includes former President George Manuel Weah, Mr. Alexander Bill Cummings of the Alternative National Congress, Representative Musa Asambdelete, political leader of the Citizen Movement for Change. You also have former Vice President, all are expected to march with their supporters in solidarity with their partisans who were charged on multiple offenses, and they are expected to be here. And with that, like I told you, there are so many state security persons here. The presence of state security is very huge. The first gate, the main entrance, is also guarded with state security, and that of the second entrance is also guarded by state security. We have media colleagues here. There are several media institutions here to cover this national issue. The war watches Liberia in this moment. How the process going to be, but how be it, the state has informed the court that the five lawmakers should, as there should not be a preliminary hearing in the ongoing case. The state wants these five lawmakers joined the first suspects that were arrested, and so Liberians, political pundits, legal lawyers also look forward to saying, as per the appeal and the request made by the government, whether the court can also grant that. But again, every individual is entitled to a lawyer, and their right must also be respected. So it's going to be an interesting scene here. It's going to be an interesting movement here at the Temple of Justice, especially from the court. So, whether these lawmakers going to be released today through a bomb that will be fired by the legal Councillor Massacre, Janitor Massacre, and yeah, so that's it. So there are already suspects. Project Zizi and another Kofa, they are all also being barred, and including the four lawmakers. So there are so many questions. There are so many views, different views from political institutions, from including those in government. Whilst there are some celebration about what is happening because those people believed they act on the historical monument which was built years back. There's a need that those who committed the act be brought to book, be arrested and prosecuted. So they believe from that standpoint, and that's it. You know, the returning of the Capitol building, that part was there where you have the main chambers, the joint chambers, everything. Chairs and other properties got damaged, got burned. And so through that investigation, the Liberia National Police, the Liberia Fire Service, let's just say the joint security, through the investigation and with report, they reported that the Capitol building was also an attack by individuals, And through their investigation since December 2024 of last year up to present, they have now got some suspects. Yes, these people who were arrested or who are in government custody are not wrong or are not guilty till due process, till the law of Liberia finds them guilty, finds them wrong, and then there can be a final conclusion. But let's see whether other lawmakers from the House of Representatives are going to be also in support of their colleagues. Because on Saturday you have the chair on legal affairs. He was at the Liberia National Police headquarters, including the deputy legal advisor and Representative Banks. But let's see whether other lawmakers going to be here to support their colleagues or to back their colleagues. Yeah, so again, thank you. I will cut it short for now.